Okay, 3-point perspective. Here we go. So 3-point perspective is when you are looking up on something or down on something. And again, this is linear perspective, so 3-point linear perspective. So usually that means you have a low horizon line. So the horizon line will be at the bottom of your frame, or sometimes it will be out of the bottom of the frame. Okay. You will still have 2 vanishing points on either side, but then you will have a 3rd vanishing point. So this is looking up or looking down on something. So I'll do this first version where we're looking up on some city buildings. And again, linear perspective, so this is all for straight object things. So, and all of those vanishing points need to be outside of your frame. So it is tricky to draw, but definitely easier with digital tools. So imagine if you're walking down the city street and you want to look up at the top of a building. You have to tilt your head up to look at it. So imagine that you tilt your head up and your eye level then is below what you're looking at. Or you tilt your camera up to take a picture of it, and then the camera is below that. So your grid will end up looking something like this. So as you start to look up at something, all those vertical lines will taper to a single vanishing point. So let's start here, put a building in. So I'm going to start just the way I would 2-point again, because I'm looking at that edge of the building there. All right, so all of these lines coming off of the building will be going to those 2 vanishing points. But now these vertical lines that are going up, now these are going to converge too. So this is trickier to do, but it can give a really cool look to it, make something feel like it's really extremely tall. Let's keep this building going up a little bit more. So you can see that converge again. So this line is going to come all the way down and aim at that one. So again, all these are parallel. Now these are parallel as well. Okay, so we can add in some more buildings here. I'm going to add in another line coming from that vanishing point to help me place in those next buildings. There we go. So if that top vanishing point is not outside of your frame, it will cause the drawing to look kind of weird and warped. All right, so now we have this cool 3-point perspective. Let's put a little shading on there. So if we want this lighting to come down, you shade that the right side of every building. So the right side of this is going to get shading on it on all 3 of these buildings. Okay. Then again, any details you put on here, all those should conform to perspective as well. So windows, architectural details, anything like that. And then it's good to have, again, some things that aren't straight edge there. So that's kind of 3-point perspective there, looking up on something, making it dramatic, making it seem very tall, very imposing, very powerful. Let's just look at this photo here. Since it was a little harder to find good 3-point perspective examples. Let's see. Let's just start following these lines here and see where they converge to. May need more space. Right about there. There you go. So there's all the vertical lines converging. Now where do all these ones? So okay, so this is gonna have a really low horizon line. I just need more space to find out where that horizon line is gonna go. Somewhere around there it looks like. So yeah, now we're going to have that very, very low horizon line. So look how low this horizon line is. So there's our horizon line there. And it looks like they have a little bit of tilt on that horizon line as well. But that kind of gives you an idea of it. And then there's that third vertical vanishing point up there. So again, trickier to draw, trickier to set up, but does give you a very cool kind of look to your drawing. You'll have the same thing if you're looking down on a building or looking down from the top of a building. So let's do this one. Oops. This I'm just holding shift to draw those straight lines. Let's put a horizon line about here. Taking a sec for my computer to load here. These are pretty big files. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put horizon line out there. Some vanishing points out there. So now we'll be looking down on something. So let's do a different object. So this is helpful if you want to do, you know, a down angle shot. So we have a high horizon line, but the camera's tilted down, so the horizon line is out of the frame. And then let's just do it here where we're looking down on like a little house or something. So I want to find the center of this because I want to put a little triangle roof. And to find the center of that, I'm just going to put an X on that. Follow this up to that vertical vanishing point, and now I can find that center of where to put the roof. This roof is going to come over to this vanishing point. It's a little awkward how it hits the top of that, but that's okay for this example. Throw us a little bit of scale in there, so a door. Can add in, you know, some bushes, some plants. Windows will all go to that vanishing point. We'll have a little path come out here, which goes back to that vanishing point. You can come out to the sidewalk. The sidewalk goes out to this vanishing point. The little lines on the sidewalk will go back to the other vanishing point. If I put like a little mailbox here, this vertical line will go down to this vanishing point here. Okay, let's say we have another house here. Let's move it back a little actually. So this line will come here, and then we'll draw our other house right about there. But you see, as I'm getting close to these edges, it's getting kind of warped and looking weird. So you have to be careful with this because it can be kind of tricky to get it to look right. All right. Then we can put, you know, some people in here. We know about the size of our people. We get a little tree here in the foreground. Got a fence going here off into the distance. So those vertical lines of the fence will go to that vanishing point. So this is really good if you want to look up on something or look down on something for that 3-point perspective.